So, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and well, this is quite the unusual setup for the channel. Mostly I focus on high quality, like MKBHD style videos, but I feel like I'm dumb copying and I want to do something original, something by myself. So you can expect a bunch of changes coming to the channel in the next few weeks. And with that said, I want to be doing more spontaneous videos because the only way how I'm going to actually improve on making better videos is by actually making videos. That's the only way you can improve at making something, doing it a lot of times. And the quality will come over time. And by the way, if you're wondering, yes, I'm holding a microphone in my hand outside of having it like somewhere up here in the frame because the audio is going to be much crisper, much better. Also, there are a lot of birds around outside here, and I hope you don't mind it. I think it gives it kind of like a character when I have it outside and I hold it in my hand, so you actually know that, oh, he's actually talking to us through the microphone. Sorry about that blow. So what is today's video actually about? Well, just give me a sec. I'm gonna adjust you guys a tiny bit because this reflection on the window on top right there is just killing me. Okay, that's much better. So today's video is basically going to be about the Ronin SC because I got a new gimbal and yeah, I bought new camera gear because I think buying new stuff is going to make my videos better. Like, yeah, sure, it is going to make the videos better over time, but not directly. I just need to use it more. So why did I actually get the Ronin SC for those who are interested? Well, I just bought a new lens. Again, buying new camera gear that I probably don't need, but it looks pretty, doesn't it? I look really sharp and the background is nicely blurry. So back to what I was talking about, I got the Ronin SC because the Sigma 16mm f1.4 that I got with my Sony a6400 don't have in-body stabilization, which means that basically the footage is massively shaky, especially when I want to do like cool product shots, because before I got this 18-105 Sony lens that got some in-body stabilization in it, but the A6400 doesn't, so it makes up for it just a little bit. And I used to just stabilize the footage in DaVinci Resolve, which worked really great most of the time. But with the Sigma lens, it just doesn't. It isn't capable of doing enough of a stabilization job to be usable, basically, because it looks way shaky, even with the electronic stabilization that the software provides. So I got this gimbal for myself, and don't worry, I didn't spend too much money on it like I do on pretty much anything else. I got it secondhand from a guy at a pretty large discount, so it was quite worth it to make better videos, basically, because the f1.4 on this lens is just so worth it. And I'm gonna show you some differences of the like f4 that this lens had and f1.4. The blurriness of the background is just so nice. I actually have to quite often just dial it down a bit to like f2 to have more of the subject in focus. Because for those of you who don't know, who are just starting in filmmaking or photography, the lower the f-stop gets, the blurrier the background is gonna be. Also, it catches more light and you have a tighter like area of focus. I'm gonna show you it on a table in my garden. It shows it really well, how freaking tiny the area of focus actually is when you dial it down all the way to f1.4. So what do I think about the Ronin SC so far? I only had it for like 2 days and I think it's really cool. Like if you hadn't had a gimbal before like me, you think that, oh yeah, it stabilizes, but it has so many cool features. One of them I will film later because I literally can't film it for you because it's called like Force Smartphone, and it basically uses your phone as a makeshift kind of like a guide where it should aim. I will put some b-roll over this talking head stuff, but it's the coolest feature ever. You need to try it. It's so nicely interactive. I love it. The second thing that really surprised me is how freaking difficult it is to actually stabilize the camera on this, because you have to account for anything. Even if you add just a filter on top of the camera, like I'm currently using an ND filter so you can actually see me in the broad daylight with this sick low aperture and that nice blurry background, it just rebalances the whole camera setup and you need to do all of the things again. So you still need to put a lot of work in to get an actual usable image, but it's totally worth it. But I think after just a small amount of training, pretty much everyone can do this with a gimbal, at least these basic movements. Like those advanced ones, like going really down to the ground and things like this, the really cool stuff that you most often see in like Instagram shorts, those are probably way harder to do than just these basic movements side to the side. But then again, it's a skill that has to be learned. And I think if I get really good at this, like gimbal movement, I will be much more capable of doing really cool shorts and maybe doing like one of those super animated car shorts. If you have car content on Instagram, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I think those look just so cool. And now that I actually own a gimbal, I think pretty much any cool movement that I see online is possible. Like, sure, I'm not going to get those shots that MKBHD gets with that huge robot, but to be honest, like these are fine, at least for a while, because I'm still like a really tiny channel, but over time we will get to it, and I'm for sure gonna be buying that robot because there's pretty much nothing holding me back. I want to reinvest all the money I get from this back to the channel to make just the best videos possible. And this is exactly what I'm aiming for, because why wouldn't you reinvest all the money that you get from YouTube back to YouTube? Because, well, it's a business, and if you want your business to grow much bigger, then you need to reinvest in it. And why wouldn't it be the same thing for YouTube? Like, I listened to the Creator podcast yesterday where they had Mr. Beast on, and he was saying the same thing. Just create the best videos, and YouTube will reward you for it. If you make better videos, more of your audience is actually going to watch it, your audience is going to grow, and it's just positives. Like, better videos equals everything better. So I'm gonna be truly focusing on that. And I don't really care if I make bad videos right now, like boring ones that pretty much I wouldn't watch myself, which I'm going to try to avoid. But I want to go and jump this learning curve that I have and this complete block that I have. Like, oh no, this video isn't good enough, so I won't make it. And then you guys are just 2 weeks without a whole video, which I don't want to happen. I want you guys to have like 2-3 videos a week, which was like unthinkable for me like 3 weeks ago, where I was just thinking, oh, like this is too much of a big ask. But to be honest with you, I'm not afraid of making a bad video anymore. I just want to make as many videos as I can at a slight increase, just getting 1% better every single time. And thus, when I look back in, for example, like 1-2 years, I'm gonna be so freaking proud of myself, how far I've gone. Like, if I look back 2 years ago when I started making YouTube videos, damn, I thought that those videos were freaking sick. But now they're really cringe. Like, have you looked at my like first short covering over like the Audi A3 or something like that? I thought that those edits were absolutely sick. But now they're just, oh yeah, it hurts. But I clearly can remember that, oh, on that video I learned that thing. Like, on this video I learned this thing. And on that video I learned that thing. And I think over these last 2 years I pretty much got pretty good at making videos actually. But I'm still not there with the video ideas themselves, but I think actually making tons of videos is going to help me with that, because when you make stuff, you're probably going to get more ideas about making even more stuff. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to say today, and sorry it was just a long ramble about my problems and what I think about the channel and what I want to do, but I needed to get this out of my system to kind of like lower the basic standard that I have for a video, because I think I set it way too high. And also, if you were wondering why I was holding my hand behind my back the entire half of the video, it was because of this guy who was just sitting behind me the entire time, and if I don't pet him, then he's gonna make a lot of noise. So thank you for making it till the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!